child. Even when I run, your love is wild. You see me, you want me still, and you love all of me. You take what I bring me, beautiful things, and you love all of me. You take what I bring me, beautiful things, and I lift my voice and I will sing all that you are, my everything. Now I surrender all that I am to you, only you. I lift my voice and I will sing all that you are, my everything. Now I surrender all that I am to you, only you, to you, only you. And you love all of me. You take what I bring, make beautiful things, and you love all of me. You take what I bring, make beautiful things.
I don't wanna be on my phone, but I can't be alone. Welcome to the modern way, trying to be somebody I'm not, but it's not what I want. Tell me there's another way. All of the lights are chased and now faded. All the cheap thrills were only time wasted. Tell me why society's plan should define who I am. Surely there's a higher way. All of my best friends are sick of pretending. We want the truth. So much is missing, so give us the real thing. I know it's you. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I don't want a stereotype to decide who I am. You never knew me anyway. I'm over trying to find the next high, cause the high never lasts. I'ma go another way. All of the lights are chased and now faded. Dylan was right, the times they are changing. Tell me why society's plan should define who I am. Surely there's a higher way. All of my best friends are sick of pretending. We want the truth. So much is missing, so give us the real thing. I know it's you. Na 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 na.
Revolution, welcome. What is up? I am so glad you all are here. Everyone in the room, welcome to you. Everyone online, welcome. Thank you for joining us, whether you're watching this later or watching it now live. Super pumped you're all here. I want to say a special welcome right now to anyone. If this is your first time here tonight, welcome to you in particular. I'm so glad you're here. We love that you're here. We hope you love this place with us. This is an awesome place that we get to hang out. We get to worship together. We get to play some fun games, and then we get to hear a message that is made just for you guys as high schoolers. Written with your problems in mind, your life in mind. It's relevant to you, which is so awesome. You're going to get to hear from Brandon tonight. He is finishing out the series we were in last week. He's going to be on the screen again, but it's an awesome message. So stick with it. Pay attention. I feel like God has something to say to you tonight. So listen up. It's going to be awesome. I want to start on the front end by just saying my name is John. If you don't know me, I am the pastor of student ministries, and I get to hang out with you guys every single week. Everyone online, everyone here, thank you. Thank you, Walt. So my pleasure to be here with all you, and we like to have some fun here in Revolution. So here's what we're going to do to start. We are going to play a game. Who here, can I get everyone, and on the count of three, can everyone yell out their favorite Thanksgiving food, all right? The best piece of Thanksgiving food, they like, the one item they cannot do without. All right, here on the count of three, yell it out. I want to take a consensus throughout the room. Ready? 1, 2, 3, let's hear it. What do you got? Stuffing, mashed potatoes, chicken. So you say chicken? You can't have Thanksgiving with chicken. Who is this guy? Bjorn. Okay. I'm a big fan of mashed potatoes myself. I love mashed potatoes. Like I can just eat just a tub, just go all day with them. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do though. The game is Thanksgiving based. So we need 3 people. I'm gonna have Noah get some and Annalise get some. We need some people who are good at guessing, and the rest of you are gonna act, because the name of the game, you can go ahead and choose some people right here. The name of the game is called Thanksgiving Charades. So as you walk up to the front, here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna put a word up on the screen. There's gonna be 3 of you up here. You have to watch the audience, and you have to guess what they're acting out. And the first person to guess it gets a point. Does that make sense to all you? Awesome. Okay, all of the rest of you need to stand up, and you need to warm up for me. Warm up for me for a second. Now, you need to act. You're going to be acting, okay? These people are going to watch you act. So whatever you need to do to warm that up. Can everyone stand up? I need everyone to stand up. Everyone who's sitting, that meant you. You who are sitting, go ahead and stand on up. Go ahead and stand up. Right here, stand up for me. At least stand up. You don't have to super act, but you at least got to stand for me. Awesome. So here we go. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get names, grades, and then your favorite type of pie. If you are at Thanksgiving and they can only get you one type of pie, what's your go-to? Your name? Allie. Make some noise for Allie. Can we get some noise for Allie? Yeah, thank you for being Allie. Grade? She is a 9th grader. Welcome to Revolution. All right. And then what pie can you not do without? Apple pie. Are there any apple people out there? Apple pie people? A few. Okay. All right. Some respect for Apple. Name? Kayla. Make some noise for Kayla. Yeah, we got a crowd over there. What's up, Kayla? What grade are you in, Kayla? Junior. Awesome. Junior is in the house. And then what pie can you not do without? Pumpkin pie. Anyone a pumpkin, like a classic Thanksgiving? Okay. Kayla's crowd over there. Awesome. Awesome. And then last but not least, Maddie. Can we make some noise for Maddie, everybody? Yes, Maddie. Maddie is a junior. And then what pie, Maddie? What's your go-to? Strawberry rhubarb. All right. Alternative, but I like it. I like it. Awesome. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. The crowd is going to act out. The word's going to be right up there on the lyric screen, all right? So you all 3 can't look. Don't look behind you. The crowd is going to act out whatever word is up on the screen, and the first person to guess it gets a point. Annalise and Noah are back here are going to see who guesses it first. So you got to yell it out loud, and the winner is going to get a prize. All right, so here we go. First word. Let's see what it is. Ooh, all right. Act it out, crowd. What do you got? What do you got? I'm going to scoot it out of the way so you can see. Apple picking. You can keep guessing. What did you say? Fighting. No, that looks like WWE back there. It's like brawling back there. Okay. What else? Keep acting. Keep acting. What's the best you got? Bag? Climbing a tree? Guys, I know you've got better than this in there somewhere. Come on. Bring out your best actor, actress. Okay, you're getting there. We're getting closer with grasping and reaching. It's 3 words. It's 3 words. The first is a color. The second is a day of the week. The first is a color. The second is a day of the week. And the third is an action. Thanksgiving related. It's right around Thanksgiving. Oh, real close. Yes, there we go. Maddie's got it. Black Friday shopping. Oh, man. Yeah, you need your crowd. I know, you need your crowd. They're just like elbow dropping each other. Okay, so Maddie's got 1 point. Here we go. No looking. What's the next word? Ooh, okay. Let's see. What do you got? 3 words again. It's 3 words. No, you can make noises. If you want to make noises, that's fine too. Just no words, okay? Oh, setting the table. What the heck? Maddie is on another wavelength. What in the world? All right, 2-0. We still got some time. Here, let's see. Next one. Here we go. This one's got to be easy. 2 words. 2 words. It's a drink. Yep, you're on to something. Nope. Do you drink pumpkin pie? Oh, we got one right here. All right, we got one. Just making a comeback. These people over here must not be very good actors. I get it. Okay, next word. Oh my goodness. All right, everyone Google this to figure out what it is first and then act it out. I don't know. No, I know. It's a really weird object that often comes out at Thanksgiving. I think you're doing it. I know. Oh, so close. What'd you say? Concordia University Online. No, I think that's the name of a college. You're really close. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. You have no idea. That's fair. You're really close. Think of like on the cob. We're going to pass this one. It's cornucopia. We're going to pass, all right? We're going to give everyone one more chance. We have one more word? Oh, this one's fun. Okay. This is we need Maddie to tiebreak or else you got to get this one. Yeah, here we go. And you can still get in this. This is your redemption round. I just see Tim back there is waving his arms for all of them. And like whatever, yeah. Yes, right here. Maddie, my goodness. Maddie is I think she had the answers down here somewhere. She was rigged. All right. Hey, awesome job. Maddie, we've got a prize. So can we make some noise for our contestants? Pat yourselves on the back if you did a good job acting. This section, maybe not so much, I don't know. But this girl's right over here. Well done acting. Oh, man. When the middle schoolers did that same game, and they started every round by going, num, 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 eating. No matter what the actual word was, that did the same action every time. So that was of no help. Perfect. Hey, Rev, I've got one announcement for all of you. One thing I want you to know. It is Thanksgiving next week. And so that means that you all should not show up here because we are not meeting next week, all right? So don't show up to this building. It's going to be dark. All the lights are going to be off. No one will be here. Online, don't sit on YouTube waiting for the link to start because you're going to wait probably exactly 7 days for it to start. So don't sit on YouTube, wait for us to start. We're not going to be there. Wait a week and then join us again. Everybody here, wait 1 week. Join us after Thanksgiving. Have some good time with your family and friends. Just family, I guess, in light of the announcements. Just family. Just hang out with your family. But here's one other thing I want to say. Since we aren't having group next week, this is a great time to be thankful. And so I just want to be thankful for a couple people right now with you. So can I name a couple people off and then can we all make some noise together? Because these people help all of our experiences here. So I am super thankful for the band. These people right back here, these band members, yes. They're awesome. They lead worship every week. So awesome. Thank you for leading worship for us. The production people, everyone on the cameras right here and back, everyone who makes online work. Can we make some noise for production? A little more noise for production. Can we make some noise for production? Yes, thank you. They need some appreciation because they're awesome. And then the last people I want to thank are two last people I want to thank are your small group leaders. If you're in a small group, can you make a little noise for people who show up every single week, volunteer because they love you guys? Yeah, your small group leaders are awesome. And if you have time this week in your Zoom chat, just quick say like, hey, thank you, small group leader, for leading our group. Tell them one thing you're thankful for about them. That can make a huge difference in them showing up every week and feeling appreciated. So think about it. Next time you do a Zoom call or whatever you do for your small group, say thank you. Think of one specific thing. And the last thing I want to say I'm thankful for is I am thankful for all of you guys for showing up here. I truly love this place, and you guys make it a place I want to show up to every single Wednesday. So I am so thankful for you, whether I'm here in this spot, whether I get to give the message, anything. It is my pleasure to be up here with you. I'm deeply thankful for all of you. So with that being said, we are going to jump into a time of worship, all right? So okay, if Josh is back, there he is. Josh, take it away. We clapped for him already, and he's worth it. He's the man, the myth, the legend, Josh Clutter. Love you, Josh.
You are the man. Everybody give it up for John. Come on. What a human being he is. We love him. I love him so much. Thank you, John. Hello, everybody. It's good to be with you. Welcome to Revolution. If this is your first time here, my name is Josh. This is the beautiful band. And we're going to spend a few minutes here just singing and worshiping together to thank Jesus for who he is to us, how much he loves us, and what he's already done for us. So why don't you stand on up? We invite you to sing along. Let's do it together. Come on.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. No wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. No shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Now storm surrounding me, let it break at your name. Still, call the sea to still, the rage in me to still, every wave at your name. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, breathe, call these bones to live, call these lungs to sing once again. I will praise Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, yeah. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, yeah. Your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is a light forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is a light forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is a light forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus.
Yes, Jesus, just pray tonight that whatever's going on in our lives, life might be good right now, or it might be tough. But Jesus, you're the light in any circumstance. And you're with us through it all. So I pray tonight, especially In this world that we're living in right now, with all the difficulty and all the unknown, would you be that light in our life, Jesus? Would we trust in you and know that you have it under control and that you'll walk with us through it all? Thank you for that, Jesus. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for loving us. We worship you and you alone, and it's in your name I pray. Amen. I love singing with you, Rev. You can have a seat.
What's up, everybody? Man, it is so good to be with you. Welcome to all of you who are joining us online and all of you at one of our campuses. It is so good to be with you. Tonight, we're bringing our series called What's Good to a close. In this series, we've been talking about God's definition of goodness and how he calls each and every one of us to be agents of good in the world. We've been working off of a verse that comes from a book in the Old Testament called Micah, and it goes like this: God has shown you what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. In this series, in week 1, we talked about God's definition of justice. And last week, we heard a killer message by my guy, John Zeldin-Rust, about loving mercy. And this week, I want to end by talking about walking humbly. I want to talk about humility because according to God, this is how we should walk. Meaning the way we walk through our life, the way we walk through our relationships, the way we walk through our passions and ambitions and hopes for the future should be humble, should be tinged with an attitude of humility. But sometimes, instead of humility showing us how to walk, it can often feel like humility gets in the way. I've heard people tell me, how am I supposed to be humble when I want to achieve things? Like, how am I supposed to get a scholarship in school or in sports if I'm kind of downplaying my abilities? How am I supposed to get ahead in the world if I don't think about myself? How am I supposed to be in a relationship if I'm not thinking about my needs? I think these are common misconceptions about what humility really is and how we get to the bottom of it. And if it feels like humility is in the way for you, I don't think that you're alone. And it begs the question, why would God tell us that humility is what's good? Well, that's what I want to get into tonight. But before we go any further, I think we kind of need a baseline definition of what I mean when I use the word humility. A guy by the name of C.S. Lewis defines it, I think, perfectly like this: humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. Not thinking less of who you are as a person, but it is thinking about yourself less. And while I think that this is a good definition, I think it is helpful and true, I also think another thing that's true about humility is that humility is hard. Because we don't want to think about ourselves less. Like, we want to think about ourselves all the time. We want to think about our image and our appearance and our achievements and our goals and our future all the time. Humility doesn't come naturally. Pride comes naturally. Putting yourself first comes naturally. But the wisdom of the Bible warns us, teaches us to be careful about giving into that natural desire too easily. The writer of Proverbs puts it like this: when pride comes, then comes disgrace. But with humility comes wisdom. A few chapters later, the writer of Proverbs doubles down. And he says, pride brings a person low, but the humble gain honor. And then in the New Testament, the writer James kind of puts an end to the entire conversation when he says this: God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. Basically, in the eyes of the Bible, if you're dealing with pride, you've got problems. You just got problems. Now, I know that there's like a range of meaning to the word pride, but basically when the Bible addresses pride, it's talking about a lifestyle that leaves no room for God. Pride makes everything about you. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Every conversation, every interaction, every assumption is about you. And this is what makes humility and pride, I think, really tricky, because we don't walk around being like, yo, like today, man, I'm feeling so prideful today. I've just got like pride just rising up in me. I've got like pride coming out my ears right now. I'm just super prideful today, and it's not good. Like, we don't ever think that about ourselves. We don't go around thinking about how prideful we are. Pride isn't always obvious. In fact, I think that pride and also humility are about our motivations. One of the most prideful things I did in high school, I think, was try out for the football team. Now, it wasn't prideful because I was like in a romantic comedy where I'm like secretly good at football, but I don't tell anybody. And then like at the end of the movie, I jump out and I'm like, ha, I am super good and it's in your faces and I'm awesome. It's clearly not the case at all for me. And it wasn't prideful because I thought that football was better than like all of the other sports in comparison. It was prideful for me because I thought that making the football team would make me significant. And I was gonna do it on my own. My motivation was to make myself matter by my own means. And that's why it was prideful. By the way, I did make the football team. It just wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, you know, I just didn't, it wasn't for me. It's a great sport, it's not for me. Anyways, I didn't make the team. Maybe this has happened to you. Maybe you've joined a team, or you've posted a picture, or you've gotten into a relationship because of your own self-interest, because of your need for control, because of your pride. Now, when we let pride take over like that, the Bible has something to say, which is that pain isn't far away. In fact, in many ways, the Bible equates our pride to our pain. And that's why God calls humility good. So what I want to do tonight is I want to talk to you about humility. I want to give you and inspire you and equip you with two ways, humbly with your God, so that hopefully you can find that pride has no place in your life, but humility can show you the way. So the first way we can begin walking humbly in our life is this. And it might sound a little severe, but hang with me. The first way to walk humbly is to die to your way. One of the greatest temptations to your humility is to think that you are the only person in the universe that matters. And that might sound like a big exaggeration, but it's also really easy to let that happen in our minds. For me in middle school, my 7th grade year was a really tough year in school. I was slacking off, I was not doing well in homework, I was failing tests, and I know that none of you have ever experienced struggles in school. I know this is just my story, but hang with me for a second, okay? 7th grade year was a tough year for me, and my teachers began to take notice of it. And so they devised a plan to help me. And their plan was for me to take all of my bad papers, my homework and my tests home with me, show them to my mom, talk to her about it, make a plan for how I was gonna up my study at home game habits, and then take the papers, have my mom sign them, and then take them back to school and show them to my teachers to show that I've got a plan and we're gonna figure this out. And upon hearing that, I immediately knew that this was a terrible idea and that I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't gonna do it. Instead, what I was gonna do is I was gonna do it my way. And my way was to still take my papers home, not show them to my mom, not talk to my mom about it, forge her signature, and turn them back in at school, and that's exactly what I did. But look, it didn't work out for me, and it won't work out for you either, so don't do that, all right? For real, you guys, don't do that. My teachers knew almost immediately that it was a fake, probably because my handwriting was garbage compared to my mom's. Does anyone else have moms with immaculate handwriting? Do they go to school just for their handwriting? I mean, mine looked like I had a seizure trying to write her name or something. It was terrible, okay? But I remember my teachers asking me why I didn't trust them, why I didn't believe them, why I wouldn't let them help me. And the truth was because I liked my way better. My way made me smarter than my mom and my teachers. My way helped me avoid conflict or correction. My way helped me take the easy way without any of the consequences. But the other thing my way did is it left me on my own. And it stopped me from growing. It stopped me from learning. It stopped me from maturing. My way left me lonely, and their way was there to help me. And I think that this is the kind of humility that God is looking for. Humility happens the moment when we die to our own ways and become willing to adopt and practice God's ways, believing that they're there not to punish us, but to help us. Jesus kind of spells this out really clearly for us in the book of Luke when he says this. He says, whoever wants to be my disciple, and disciple is someone who takes God's ways as their ways, must deny themselves, take up their cross daily and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me, for Jesus, will save it. Notice that the first thing that Jesus says, if you want to humble yourself, if you want to follow him, the first thing you must do is deny yourself, deny your way. This means that we replace our worldview and our ethics and our lifestyle and our opinions, and instead we adopt Jesus instead. We make Jesus the ultimate example of what's good. This is an all or nothing call. Jesus makes it clear that following him requires humility every day. And remember, and this is really important, humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking about yourself and your ways less and thinking about God's ways more, which means that when you follow Jesus, this doesn't mean that you think negatively about who you are or where you're at in your life right now or what's happened in your life so far. Humility is not there to punish you. Humility is there to help you adopt Jesus' ways, because the truth is that walking humbly according to Jesus means that once you lose yourself and you die to your ways and you adopt Jesus, you get all of Jesus. You get all of his grace. You get all of his peace. You get all of his hope, all of his guidance, all of his love. Getting your own way often feels good right away. I mean, all of us want to chart our own path to success and get there by our own effort because it just feels really good to do that. But the danger in that is that if we define happiness or success like that, then we usually end up getting all of that, but we end up alone. Jesus spells it out for us again a few verses later when he says, what good is it for someone to gain the whole world and yet lose or forfeit their very self? Choosing your way might work for a while. You might feel like you're making gains by forging your own path. You might feel liberated because you're thinking your own way and you're living your own way. You might begin to believe that you don't need anyone else's help or opinions or advice. But Jesus is warning to you is if your way is the only way that matters, then you might gain the whole world, but you might lose yourself in the process. So Rev, let me ask you, what about your way needs to die? Like maybe for some of you, you've been avoiding advice, guidance from teachers, parents, pastors, coaches. Maybe you've been living off excuses like, no one cares if I cheat at school. No one cares if I'm looking at porn. Maybe some of you have known God's ways for your life, but you've just been ignoring them. My encouragement to you is don't wait another day. Don't wait another second to let your ways die and adopt God's ways for your life. Because dying to your way is an acknowledgement that even if you could gain the whole world, none of it would be worth it if it left you lost and alone. So be humble and let your ways die. The second way to start walking humbly is this: depend on God. What do you depend on, Rev? For real, take a second, think about it. What is in your life right now that if it was taken away, you would have a really hard time navigating your life? Some of you you're like, it's my relationships. It's my parents. My parents give me love, they support, they care about me. I depend on their money, their car that they gave me or whatever. Some of you are like, it's my friendships. My friendships give me focus. They help me navigate through life. Some of you are like, man, I really depend on my skills in sports or in school. Some of you are, if you're really honest, you depend on your phone, having your phone on you and charged like all the time. My point is that all of us depend on something because none of us are totally independent. Now that might sting a little bit. You might be like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on. I'm an independent person. I am my own person. And it's difficult to think about yourself as limited or dependent on something. It's hard to accept that you might not be able to solve all of your problems or satisfy all of your questions or desires. But at the same time, if we were to accept that as true, that we are dependent, it could open up a reality for us that could provide more peace and more freedom than we've ever known. Because once you accept that you are dependent, then you can start looking and searching for something reliable to depend on. I mentioned C.S. Lewis earlier. He gave us our definition for humility tonight. But Lewis, you might not know him. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. He's really best known for his series of books called The Chronicles of Narnia. They're movies too, but the books are way better, obviously. He was also really famous in his day and age for defending his faith in Jesus, but that wasn't always Lewis's story. In fact, for most of the first part of his life, he depended on himself. See, he was really smart. He had a really big intellect and he relied on it. And it worked out well for him. He did well in school. He graduated, became an up-and-coming professor of English literature. He was making his way in the world and it was working for the most part. But then he started to come up against these questions, these limitations within himself. He had questions about his emotions that he couldn't find a satisfactory solution to. He realized that he was dependent on something. He just didn't know what to depend on. And then a few years later, through a group of friends, he was introduced to Jesus. And Lewis found Jesus the most reliable solution to the questions and the longings of his heart. In a book that he wrote called Mere Christianity, he summed up this idea by saying this: if I find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world. This is humility. Recognizing that there is something out there that I need to depend on to make something in here at peace. Humility provides freedom once you realize that the world doesn't depend on you, but that you need something to depend on. And this is good news for some of you, because some of you have been living like the world does depend on you. Like your happiness and your relationships and your achievements and your future, it all weighs on you. Some of you have been living like your happiness depends on your ability to satisfy all of your desires all of the time, and yet you're always coming up short. Some of you have been searching for another world. You've been searching for God. And all he asks of you is to humble yourself and depend on him. And once you can do that, then you're able to walk with him through your life. Then you're able to lose your life and gain all of Jesus. Or as Lewis put it so beautifully, he said, I must keep myself humble and dependent on God in order to keep alive in myself the desire for my true country, which I shall not find until after death. And he goes on, I must never let it get snowed under or turned aside. I must make it the main object of my life to press on to that country and to help others do the same. Friends, walking humbly with God is all about your freedom. Humility sets us free from the loneliness of our own way and the fantasy of total independence. Humility teaches us that we're created to depend on God and press on towards his country. Humility is what's good because it teaches us to walk with God. And friends, some of you are here tonight and you are ready to depend on God because for too long you've been dependent on yourself. For too long, you've been searching for your own solutions. For too long, maybe you've been like Lewis and you've been depending on your abilities and your skills and your talents and your intellect, but you're constantly coming up short, recognizing that you are limited. Some of you need to allow your old way of life to die so that you can gain a new life with Jesus. And if that's you, then in a moment, I'm gonna pray. And when I pray, it's an opportunity for you to lose your life to gain Jesus. An opportunity for you to take up your cross and follow him. An opportunity for you to make a commitment to depend on God and humbly walk with him all the days of your life. We're gonna pray in a moment. And then after we pray, we're gonna sing a song. And the song is called Available. And it's just a sweet promise to God saying, God, I will make myself available to you. I will listen to what you have to say and I will adopt your ways and make them my ways. It's an opportunity for all of us to take a moment and humble ourselves before God, to make him our definition of what's good. And so whether you need to make that commitment for the first time tonight or you need to make it again tonight, I hope and pray that you're able to sing this song with all your heart. Because friends, if you are willing to lose yourself, depend on God, and submit humbly to him, all we have to do is walk with him. So friends, you know what's good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, to walk humbly with your God. And if that's you, you're ready to adopt that lifestyle, to hold on to God, to depend on him, then let's humble ourselves together and pray with me. Dear Jesus, I'm looking to you to depend on. I want to depend on your ways and not my own. I want to adopt your lifestyle and leave mine behind. I want all of you and less of me. God, for my friends tonight who are making that decision for the first time, would you embolden them, encourage them, give them love in their hearts? For my friends that are needing to make that commitment to you again tonight, would you encourage them, give them love, remind them that you are always there for them? For all of us, Lord, all of us who might be struggling with pride and humility, all of us who are trying to hold on to our way of life with everything in us, would you give us the freedom to let go and find peace in your way of life? God, help us to enjoy trusting in you. Help us to enjoy walking with you and help us to remain available to you all the days of our life. God, we trust you. We love you. In Christ's name, amen.
Would y'all stand and sing with us?
As the road may seem, I'll follow where your spirit leads. Broken as my life may be, I will give you every piece. I hear you call, I am available. Yes, Lord, I am available. Here I am with open hands, counting on your grace again. Less of me and more of you. I just wanna see you move. I hear you come. I am available. I say, yes, Lord. I am available. I hear you come. I am available. And I say, yes, Lord. I am And my heart is open wide, my hands are open wide. Come do whatever you want to. Here I am, here I am. You can have it all, you can have it all. Here I am, here I am. You can have it all, you can have it all. Here I am, here I am. You can have it all, you can have it all. Here I am, here I am. You can have it all, you can have it all. Here I am, here I am. You can have it all, you can have it all. Here I am, here I am. Jesus, you can have it all, you can have it all. You can have it For the one who gave me life, nothing is a sacrifice. Oh, use me how you want to, God. Have your throne within my heart. I hear you call. I am available, and I say, yes, Lord. I am available.
Rev, will you pray with me? Dear Jesus, we are available tonight, God, and I just pray that any student here, any student who's online, any student all across the Twin Cities who has been walking alone, God, that they feel like you are available for them, Jesus, that you are ready to walk with them, that you are in front of them and giving them the footsteps they need to follow, that you are beside them holding their hands when they need someone to walk with them, that you are there to talk with them, you are there to be behind them, to encourage them forward, you are above them, below them, behind them, in front of them. Jesus, you are everywhere with these students if they will choose to walk humbly with you. Jesus, I thank you that you promised that your yoke is easy and your burden is light, Jesus, that when we take our cross, we are dying to ourselves, but we are taking up a life that is so much better. And Jesus, I pray that if any students made that decision tonight, that you are with them. Jesus, we know you are. You promise you will be. And so we just trust that. And we thank you that that is who you are. That is the Jesus we worship. We pray all that in your name. Amen. Amen. Hey, Rev, I just want to say quick that if you made that decision tonight, if you were here tonight and you prayed Brandon's prayer and you made a decision to walk humbly with God for the very first time tonight, you can text the word REV, R-E-V, to 75787. You can take out your phone right now if you want. You can do it later if you don't want to do it right now. It's right up there on the screen, REV to 75787. And the reason we want to do that is because we want to get resources in your hand. We want to help you in the next step of this journey. And let me just say, I am so proud of you. If you made that decision tonight, I am so, so proud of you because you made a life-changing decision in the best way you possibly could have. And so I'm proud of you, and I'm thankful that you made that decision. I'm here to talk with you if you have questions. Otherwise, text that number. We want to get stuff in your hands. And beyond that, Rev, I won't see you next week, so don't come here again. Don't be here, but I will see you in 2 weeks. I love you, Rev. Have a great break. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Have a good night. Bye. Peace, Rev.